Hi everyone, Kimberly Mackey with New Home Solutions Consulting here, coming to you from beautiful San Antonio, Texas today. I'm here attending the Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices convention, and I have to say it's really been fantastic. It's my first experience coming to one of these conventions for Berkshire Hathaway. So, but I wanted to share with you some of my observations and some things that I saw today that really don't have anything to do with the convention itself. They could happen anywhere, but certainly was interesting to have all of it happen in one day, and I thought perhaps you might enjoy going down this little journey with me. I want to talk about either having a mentality of abundance or scarcity. Now, for those of you who've trained with me, you know I talk about this all the time, and having an abundance mentality versus scarcity. But for those of you who haven't, let me share with you a little bit about these two concepts. So in an abundance mentality, these are the people who focus on what they have rather than what they don't have or have not. So these are the folks who are genuinely in the camp of being happy, enjoying being in the moment, and looking at the bright side of things. But also the people who genuinely celebrate, for instance, when one of their team members makes a sale, because they know if they can do it, if that team member can do it, then they can too, and it spurs them on to greatness. And they realize that, you know, a rising tide does float all ships, and it's good that we're all making sales. Now, a scarcity mentality, on the other hand, is that person who is that glass half empty a lot of times. You know, you've seen it. They're the people who are focusing more on what they don't have rather than even being able to see sometimes the opportunities that are right in front of them. So these are the people who are complaining that their teammates are getting better opportunities than they are, and that's why those teammates are making more sales than they are, for instance. So I encountered some of these mentalities today. And it was particularly interesting because I was taking a class here. I had some time, and while I'm here, I'm certainly going to take advantage of some of this first class education. So I took a ninja selling class with Don Tennyson, who is the co-founder of the Ninja Selling organization. It was a phenomenal class. I took probably 5 or 6 pages worth of notes. A lot of it things that maybe were just a refresher to me, but also some new ideas and some great new perspectives and different ways of looking at things that I really enjoyed. So in that class, it was very interesting as I was coming out. Now remember, I took 5 or 6 pages worth of notes. It was a 2.5-hour seminar, so it was a lot of time. And there was quite a group in this class. But as I was riding the escalator back down to the main floor from the room where we held it, I encountered some people who very much had a similar experience as I did. And I also encountered some people who I wondered, I'm like, where were you for the last 2.5 hours? How could you feel this way? But there was one incredibly vocal lady who was complaining that the speaker hadn't addressed all of the questions in the class, but rather redirected a couple of them where people got a little off track, and suggested that, that was something, that was a topic that in their 4-day course that they spent a lot more time on and could give a lot more specifics. But in the amount of time that he had today to cover the topics, there just wasn't enough time allowed for that. And this poor woman was incredibly offended and felt that she had paid her admission to this convention, and therefore she should be able to get whatever answer she wanted, rather than, again, the 5 or 6 pages worth of notes that I had taken away from the same course. So what do you think? Do you think that is an example of an abundance mentality or of a scarcity mentality? If you said scarcity, you're definitely right. I had another example today of one of my trainees who had been given an opportunity with her company to represent the company at an event. And this is someone who has struggled and is a bit challenged in getting the right amount of traffic into her sales center. And instead of embracing this opportunity, this person just, well, I have to come in on my day off, and oh, I have to do, there's this, and I really don't feel well, and this thing's really not going to be worth my while. Now, I don't know whether it was or it wasn't, but do you think that, if you're looking at something, again, with an abundance mentality, that that's going to be the way that you're looking at it? So, or are you, if you're looking at things with a scarcity mentality, could you perhaps miss those opportunities that might be disguised a little bit or maybe hidden because you weren't looking for them? Sometimes opportunities don't all just jump right out in our face. We have to be looking for them. So, and then I encountered another opportunity today, another lady that had been one of my trainees, and she's here at the convention. She ran into me in the hallway, and we were both, we were getting coffee, and we were on our way back into the main hall, and I said, isn't this exciting how many people are here, getting awards for all of these achievements? Isn't this incredible? And she was just so excited. She shared with me on the way back in how much success she had had the past year, and I have to say, I was blown away. This is someone that, I was relatively new when she took my training, and I was so impressed with what she'd been able to achieve. But she said to me, I'm so inspired now not to rest on my laurels, because I see if these people can do it, I can do more. I'm not going to just be comfortable with what I've done. I'm going to take it to a whole new level. She further shared with me that her whole purpose and motivation for coming was that she wanted to meet up with some people who she had been corresponding with and doing referrals back and forth across the country, and she understood the value of that face-to-face relationship. Now, I would say that's a pretty good example of an abundance mentality, wouldn't you? Super proud of her, and I know that of these three, who's going to be that success? If that's the attitude, if that's what you're going for every day, then you can't help but be a success, because you're going to look for those opportunities and you're going to find them. And sometimes they aren't, again, just jumping right out at us. So every day we get a choice. You get that choice to make that decision. In fact, oftentimes you get multiple choices per day to choose whether you're going to have an abundance mentality or a scarcity mentality. I would encourage you to look for things that are worthy and worthwhile of your attention, and worthy and worthwhile of your success. The Bible even tells us, seek and ye shall find. Be careful what you're looking for, because that's what you're definitely going to find. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I hope you found this helpful, and I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments below your experiences. I love to learn from you too. Thanks again, and make it a great day.